Hello, my name is Margaret Adele, and welcome to a reading vlog where I read the books that I was convinced to buy off Instagram. Now they are indie books because I am who I am, but I was a little bit surprised that I was convinced to buy multiple indie books. Mostly because most of the work I do with indie authors is on Twitter, and I've grown somewhat of a thicker skin when it comes to buying books off Twitter at least. I'm still a sucker for asking for review copies of books that look cool, but I don't usually buy them. However, there's one particular indie author that I follow on Instagram that's just got great marketing game, fantastic marketing game, and that is Carly Spade. Now, from what I can see, most of her work appears to be more lighthearted, romantic, comedy type romances, but one in particular, Hades, really intrigued me. This is basically a modern day, kind of a retelling, more like a reimagining of the Hades and Persephone myth, set in a Greek resort in the modern day. And it looks, by all accounts, to be very lighthearted, which, a lot of times those Hades retellings really are not. And also, another book that I saw from Carly Spade, The Other Tide, a second chance rivals to lovers romance involving a lot of sharks for some reason, just a lot with sharks. I bought that one as well. And then recently, I was going through Booksprout because I just reopened to review requests again. And apparently I decided to celebrate that by overloading myself with review books again. Regardless, I saw Apollo by Carly Spade, the sequel to Hades, on there. And I really wanted to request the ARC, but then I realized that the review would have been due way too soon considering the fact that I haven't even started the first one. So, I'm going to read these two books that I bought purely off of Carly Spade's Instagram marketing. Again, it is very strong. I apparently do not have as thick skin when it comes to avoiding buying indie books as I thought. But I hope they're good, and considering the fact that I just finished a dystopian zombie narrative with a tragic, bittersweet ending, I could use some light romantic comedy. So let's jump into it. Hello, it is Margaret from the past. I'm really hoping I filmed a really good intro so that this makes a bunch of sense, but I am going to jump right in with my reading with Hades by Carly Spade. I have a bit of time during my workday as not every kid comes to our meetings like they're supposed to, and also I have a little bit of time between meetings, so I'm going to get started on this. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get read today, if I'm going to do just 100 pages or if I'm going to push for that 130 and get it read in 2 days. I've been doing a lot of awesome reading this month, but I think I'm going to jump right in, and then hopefully the next time a Carly Spade book pops up on a Booksprout, I can get it. So the workday is officially over. We are out of all of our meetings, and I read a lot more than I intended to. I am already at page 100, which is usually what I read in a day, and I want to keep reading. So I might actually read this in a day. I don't know. But I like it so much so far. I was wondering what they were going to do with the myth of Persephone. Does she exist in this world? And yes, but in this instance, she found a way out of the contract or whatever and left him. She divorced him. And this was also one of those myths where he didn't actually kidnap her. The myth was told wrong. Slight correction. He did actually kidnap her, but it was not originally meant to be long term. He was just hoping for a chance to earn her affection, and then she ended up accidentally stuck there for eternity after eating. But it's splitting hairs, but it's better than the original myth. So I'm enjoying it so far. He is as grumpy and stoic and gothic as you would want Hades to be, but also has a nice sense of humor. And also what I like about this series is where there are a lot of series where it's okay, this couple starts getting together and then they get together. And then the next book, this couple gets together. But in this case, you already see the other couples. I already know that Sarah has already been introduced. Then Michelle is inevitably going to be a character moving forward. a lot of other characters have already been introduced, which I really appreciate. And it's very lighthearted, not dark, which I really appreciated because so many of these Hades, Persephone stuff are so much on kidnapping. And yes, I realize my husband is having a mini fashion show behind me. This is just kind of his thing. But I'm definitely going to read this a lot more quickly than I intended, which is great. That means this vlog won't be that long. But it's super adorable. And really enjoying it. Still want, and this is something I've wanted for a while, ever since I realized that Carly Spade was writing these, I want a book with Hestia, the most underrated cottagecore goddess, to get her book where she's, I don't know, like the owner of some greenhouse or something. Or I guess that'd be probably more Demeter. Maybe she's like the owner of a bed and breakfast. Yes, she's the owner of a bed and breakfast. And I feel like she'd be sapphic. So I need a Hestia retelling where she finds a girlfriend. Basically is what I'm looking for. And yes, I could, in theory, write that story myself, but I got so many stories ideas going on right now, so even if I decided to write that, it has to be in the back shelf. Anyway, I gotta go film some other stuff and take a walk and take a little break, but this is so good so far. I am very happy. So I am on page 162. It is now dinner time, and I have been doing literally nothing but reading because it's kind of addictive. One of those books where it doesn't even feel like I'm being burned out with all the reading, and like, in all likelihood, yeah, probably gonna finish this tonight. It's getting to the, you know, things are going really well between them romantically, so of course we have to have some other danger or issue come up because there's a good, you know, not quite 100 pages left, but not much less than that left in the book. So some more dramatic things are going to happen. I'm fully expecting that we're going to have to check out the underworld at some point, but in general, feel the chemistry so well. Such a big fan. Love all the Dirties dancing references. It's adorable. And in general, just a very feel-good romantic comedy type story. And also, I'm really excited to see the next one kick off. I don't think it's still on Booksprout, or it won't be by the time I'm done with this, but like, low-key, I might check once I'm done with this to see if it is. But in general, I'm gonna eat dinner. I'll probably be reading through dinner, or maybe I'll watch something on YouTube. I don't know, but this is very enjoyable. So I will check in with you in a bit. Okay, so like, I swear I meant to go slow, and I was gonna stop for all of these check-ins to let you know how the story was going, but then I just kept reading and finished it, because it was really good, and it took a giant left turn from like the last like 20% or so, because I was reading on Kindle, and like it went from delightful and lighthearted romantic comedy to like epic ancient Grecian drama. I really liked it, and I really believed in it, and oh my gosh, my heart, it was so sweet, and so, oh, so good, and the characters just leapt off the page, and they're so in love, and there was an epic fight scene, like big god versus god epic fight scene, and you got to see the Elysium Fields, and you got to see her transformation, and it was awesome. And I feel really bad because part of me is like, I should be talking about this more and explaining all the things I like about it. Like, I like her friendship with the friend that, like, yes, encourages her to go out a little bit more, but doesn't treat her introvertedness as like a bad thing. And I love a story about cranky cats. Any cranky cat in a story, great addition. But in general, I'm just like, it was so good. And I just kept reading, and now I'm like, oh, I got to read another one. But I'm going to be a good kid, and I'm going to wait until tomorrow to start the other tides so that I'm not rushing through this entire vlog really quickly, but I will probably be picking that up somewhat early in the day. I still have to do my NaNoWriting, which I will definitely need to do before I pick up the book, because it's very good. And I'm happy that the marketing lived up to the hype, and now, seriously, I might have to check Booksprout and see if the sequel is still on there. Or, I mean, I'm probably going to tag Carly Spade in this when I post this on Twitter. So Carly, if you're watching, again, one, I need my Hestia retelling, cottagecore lesbian finding her love in her little bed and breakfast, please. But also, any other books in the universe you want to send me, I'd also be game. But we'll check in with you guys again tomorrow. Hi, mini random rant that you probably didn't ask for before I do the next update. I went back to Booksprout to see if I could get an arc of the next book in the series, only to find out that I can't get any more arcs off Booksprout because I have to upload an Amazon review of one of the 3 books that I agreed to review. Here's the problem. The first one I did review, but because I used the word psychotic to describe a character in the review, Amazon flagged it and now I can't review it at all. And yes, I emailed them, never heard back. The other one, I canceled the review request for because I realized I couldn't fit it into my schedule, but they're still asking for a review. And the third one is the one that I have reviewed, and it will go up on Amazon when the book is actually published, because you can't publish book reviews on Amazon until it's actually up for sale. So I'm a little bit annoyed. I get what they're trying to do, but if you're going to try to require that kind of thing, you have to keep up. I'm going to maybe see if I can email someone and be like, hey, I literally can't fix this problem on my own. Please help. But random rant because I really low-key wanted that arc. Update on my Booksprout rant. They finally contacted me back after I explained the situation and said that I would have to message each of the authors to get them to mark the reviews as complete, to which I thought, if I have to contact the authors directly, what is the point of using a third-party source? So you know what? I did contact an author directly. Carly Spade. I contacted her, I explained the situation, and she's sending me the link through BookFunnel. So you know what? I think I'm just gonna stick to my usual way of getting book reviews. It's so much simpler. Alright, the nano words were very slow in coming, and I had an extra meeting today, so it is almost 2:30, and I am just now getting around to starting the next book, The Other Tide by Carly Spade. This is a second chance rivals to lovers romance, and I don't necessarily like enemies or rivals to lovers, but I really like second chance romances. So this is all about a marine biologist and a deep sea diver who both have an obsession with sharks that end up on the same expedition to monitor great white shark breeding habits. Apparently there's a lot to do with sharks in it, and I think there's supposed to be some danger in one part with sharks and also a rival crew, and it's about 250 pages. Am I gonna read a whole other Carly Spade book in a day? Remains to be seen. But if it has the same charm as the other one, it's a distinct possibility. But let's get started. Alright, my last meeting of the day is going to start soon, so I had to call it here, but I have read 39 pages so far, and yes, our male protagonist is as cocky, but in a semi-charming way as I expected. I'm really hoping that we get chapters from his point of view, because it's the one thing I was missing from Hades. Was I really like romances that have both points of view, because it ups the yearning and the angst, and also because of everything Luke's been through. He had this huge shark attack and actually lost limbs, and it changed his perspective according to the synopsis. So I want to see that from his point of view, although I'm sure there will end up being some heart-to-heart where it's all revealed. But I definitely could see myself reading a lot more of this than I intended to. I still don't know if I'm going to read it all in a day, but at least half of it. So this isn't going to be as long a vlog as I was expecting, but I will check in with you after work and when I have read a little bit more. So unfortunately, the student that I was supposed to be meeting with did not show up, which happens very unfortunately. So I was reading with all of my materials, my whiteboard and everything set out prepared, but he never came. So I am currently up to page 93 in the book, and we have finally begun to move past just the taking little sarcastic shots at each other, and it now starts to feel like a little something more. And it's one of my biggest things with enemies to lovers is I can't go from being annoyed to liking someone easily. And I tend to like most people, so I feel like if I'm annoyed with you, it's really hard for me to get over it because I'm not used to that emotion. But I like all the shark facts. They had like a shark fact face-off in one of their interactions, trying to trick each other or trying to show they knew more. I don't remember a lot about the shark information, but there's also very vehement, stalwart defenses of sharks and their usefulness in the ecology, and it's definitely reading really quick. Again, I'm already at page 93 and I usually only read 100 pages a day, and I still got like all evening, which is usually my prime reading time. So like, it's distinctly possible that I might read another book in a day, which has got to say something about the author when this is my first time reading her work and I read a book a day 2 days in a row. So like, might say something, but I think I need to take a quick break. Don't want to burn out on reading. I will force myself to pause and hang out or do some of my other dailies. You never know. But I will check in with you when I have read a bit more, hopefully before I have read too much more. Gotta remember to check in more regularly. Crazy hair! The workout has been done, and I am currently at page 155 of the story, and I am really enjoying it. They have had some life-threatening situations, and the rival crew has finally showed up, and of course it's Sam's ex-boyfriend, because of course it is, and it's just very adorable so far. And I'm over halfway through now. I'm at 63% according to Kindle, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it tonight or not. I mean, it's just like 6:20. I got plenty of time tonight. I'm gonna take another break, maybe continue reading it a little bit later. Also, I need to get more water because I am so sweaty. But I am enjoying it so much so far. And also, I'm really excited because Megan Tennant announced the new prompts for this year's in December, and I can fit Apollo, the sequel to Hades, in like 4 of them. So I'm definitely gonna be reading that like first thing in December. So happy about that one. But also, I gotta focus on the books that I'm supposed to read for this video. So I will check in with you when I've read in a little bit. So I finished the book. Just didn't stop reading after dinner, or after my workout rather, and I really appreciated it when everyone figured out the relationship was a thing. The reactions were adorable. I only got the one epilogue scene from Luke's point of view, and I really liked it. I did, but I really want more points of view from both sides of the romance, because that really is what sells it. And yes, they did the thing with the sharks, so much shark info, so much of it's not gonna stick in my head, aside from the fact that the old way they used to tag sharks was apparently causing them a lot of distress and issues, and they had to change the way they tag sharks. So that's something I know now. This is also based off of a real life person, at least Luke's story is, a real life shark attack survivor, but I don't know that much about it. And in general, I appreciated this book, and really both these books, and I'm really happy that I now have Apollo to read for in December, and still annoyed at Booksprout. I possibly might make a rant video about that with how annoyed I am right now, but regardless, I highly suggest both of these books. I don't know that I'm going to become super big on like buying books off Instagram, but like I might look into it a little more, maybe start following more indie authors on there. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This was a weird reading vlog. I gotta figure out the night before the vlog instead of deciding the day of. But anyways, if you've ever bought a book off Instagram and it was hopefully a good read for you, let me know about it. If you are doing in December, please let me know. And if you know of any other cool ARC sites that I might need to check out, you can let me know that as well. But regardless, with nothing else to say, I hope you have a wonderful day and a marvelous tomorrow.